Hey, good morning, everybody. Oops. Hang on, give me just a second. What a start. Anyway, hi, everybody. This is Vance Williams out of the Seattle area here in the United States, along with Victor, who is currently in Japan. Welcome to our live Forex trading show. I want to get to the analysis very quickly for those of you who are just coming to the show for that. Let me just go ahead and get right to the screen. Hey, Victor, how are you doing this morning?
Yeah, much better, Vance. Thanks very much. I mean, this is real. I mean, we're real traders doing a real live show. We don't work for any sort of connected network or anything like that. So I think what you see is what you get, and we're the real deal. So, yeah, let's get into it, Vance.
Like Vance drinking a cup of coffee whenever he feels like it.
That's what it's all about. That's what we're talking about. I like it.
All right. Okay, so we're going to do the analysis very quickly. Then I'm going to touch a little bit more on the currency revolution story that's unfolding. Then Victor will choose. Victor will actually feature a trade from a trader, and he will pick a topic that is a question from one of our viewers. Now, I want to show you something real quick for those of you who are coming from Google and YouTube, because I get a lot of emails on this. You might have saw my video that has 100,000 views. One of the things it offers is the book 8 Things. Be sure and look right here on the right of my page, forexartofwar.com, and you'll find that along with the first battle. You can get both of them. So just wanted to, just pause to share that with people who are looking for that. Excuse me. Okay, so let me see what where we're going to next. Well, let's get right to the analysis. Okay, this morning I haven't actually done a lot of work at the charts yet this morning, but this is the pound 30-minute chart. We are, if we look at the daily chart, we're long-term bullish on the pound USD after it broke out of this range. Can't see the range. Let me zoom out. There's the range right there. Broke out of this 5-year range, and we're still well above that. No, the trend's not in danger at all. But today, this week, we're getting a little bit of the summer doldrums, I guess, is the word going around. That's where people are off doing things. It's kind of slowed down. But right now, we're currently in a pound USD intraday downtrend. I don't see any waves that are tradable here. There might have been a little something that happened early on, but probably the balance had not shifted over from buyers to sellers. So there's not a lot there right now, and I'm not really that keen on a sell anyway because we're long-term bullish. But let's take a quick look at that 5-minute chart and see if we can see the behavior. Coming down here, let's see, what do we have? Let me get that in the right spot. There was move there, move there, move there. Yeah, okay, so there was a move of about 25 pips, but I'm not really sure. I wasn't here to see if we had a confirmed trend down. Did we, Victor?
Look, Vance, it would actually, when it was coming back to the 38.2, that's pretty much when the trend flipped over. So it was a highly advanced trade. And like you said, even myself, I saw that play out, but I just didn't want to touch it at all because I've got a very strong bias to the upside, and I'm sure there are buyers around this area as we're seeing at the moment.
Okay, great. Excellent. So that's the pound. So what are we looking for now? It's, one of the things I see is you see a pretty good sized wave, a smaller wave, small, 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 small. It's just this is running out of gas. So we'll look possibly for this to either stretch out down below farther in a nice nice big wave, something big enough for us to use good risk management, or we'll watch for this to turn around. Now we're primarily going to be watching for this to turn around and set up to the top side. That's what we're going to be looking for. Never really got out of this range yesterday until it started correcting down further. Let's go down over to the euro. The euro looks like this is the 30-minute chart. We're currently in about a 100 pip trend down. You can see it chop, 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 chop all the way down to this important level. And let me just maybe zoom out on the hourly there just for a minute to show you where that's coming from. That's this big level here, the last major place that it struggled at. And so it's struggling there now. Our long-term bias for the euro right now, based on everything that's developed, the story that's being told out there is negative. The eurozone is not looking that great compared to the dollar. So that's where we're at there. So we're just to kind of recap on that. Let me zoom in a little bit. You need price to basically move below this this level here. I could probably put an exact price on there for you. Let me tell you what it is. It is boom, 135.21. So it's really that 135.00 level that that seems to be important to traders and the banks. Go through there, probably looking you know, at quite a hole for the euro to fall down. But we'll see what happens. They're really enjoying keeping the euro in a range as much as they can, and when it does move, even against the trend, it tends to move about 50. So watch out for that. If it moves, you know, 48 pips in a strong move, it might just turn around and reverse 100%. So watch for that 50 pip commitment to the top side if it does move up. All right, so Australian dollar, let's pop up to the 30-minute for just a moment. It looks like, without going into great analysis, it looks like we had a move in the Australian dollar just did something unusual here. I mean, not unusual for the Australian dollar, just unusual for, you know, most of the behavior in the Forex market, but we've come to expect that. So this is a 42 pip wave. It pulls back, it pushes, it shows kind of exhaustion. It doesn't do the typical logical thing, the way that we see the pound and euro traders behave. And so if you're going to trade this, make sure you understand the nuances of that pair. Same thing with the Kiwi. It's actually doing something unusual in that this this movement is 133 pips to the downside intraday. So so, you know, I mean, if you're going to look for a trade there, I mean, basically look for price to stretch out in a good range below 86.80. That's what you'd be looking for. So looking around, maybe a strong move for the pound. Probably watch out for this level right here. If you do get a trade, let's see if we can stretch out here and get a trade. Yeah, you could stretch out to 20 to 30 pips, pull back, get in and out before it hits that level. Okay, and then the euro. Real dicey, very uncertain area, likely to cause a great deal of uncertainty. That's likely to continue, but what cannot go down must go up. So, so we'll watch that with interest. All right, so let me see here. Let me see what else we got. Go back to my my visual here. So the next thing I want to talk about is the currency revolution. Guys, this is not some cute subject that I'm throwing out. I'm not a CNBC where I have to talk about something interesting even when there's nothing happening. Okay, they have to do that because otherwise nobody's going to advertise on the show. When I say currency revolution, I'm talking about a real currency revolution. I mean, something's going to change the entire world. So I'm going to do this in pieces over time, and you'll see what I mean. But basically, private digital currencies are going to slowly become more dominant over time. We already use them often without even being aware that we're doing it. In fact, any rewards points that you get from any business is currency they're creating. Not only that, some digital currencies have already crossed over into the marketplace. For example, you can now use Amazon.com currency, their rewards points, to pay your Netflix subscription. And if you look around more closely, you'll see it everywhere. I was in a casino a couple of weeks ago buying a sandwich. The person in front of me used rewards they got from gambling to buy their sandwich. I used dollars to buy the same thing. And as I told, and by the way, this wasn't in the same casino. Now, as I told you on the last show, we're not moving towards one world currency. We're moving in just the opposite direction, towards millions of currencies that can all be traded seamlessly on the net. Now, you might ask, well, how would we know what a currency is worth? It's easy. Just go to Amazon.com and search any popular book like Think and Grow Rich. It will tell you the average price that book is selling for. And my point is that if it's happening online, the technology can tell you what something is trading for, and therefore what its value is, in this case in dollars. How much is Amazon currency worth? Well, how much of your Amazon currency did you need to use to pay your Netflix bill, right? Now, Bitcoin, that's on a lot of people's minds, might be the world's first major private digital currency. Now, keep in mind, I tell you this with speculation totally aside. What I mean by that is I'm not telling you should buy Bitcoin because it might go from 600 to 900. I'm telling you that the creators of the currency don't care whether it's 200 or 1,000. They're playing the long game. And when Bitcoin gets stabilized, you'll likely see the speculators headed for more volatile action with new players on the block, meaning new digital currencies. So, but at that point, that's when things are going to get really interesting for us because we live in the real world. Now, I'll continue to share insights about this vision as time goes on. For now, let's go over to Victor for our feature trade today. Victor, I'm looking forward to this one.
No, that's awesome, Vance. Thanks for that. Yeah, this can go off in so many branches, so I'll be looking forward to that. Okay, I just want to quickly share a trade from one of our level 3 traders today. Just going to go to this one here, start screen. Okay.
We're seeing your email. There we go.
There we go. Yeah, so there's a bit of a lag time there. Now, this is from one of our level 3 traders, Jason, who's quite an experienced trader now and trades in a very efficient manner and follows his plan very, very well. Now, the thing I really liked about this trade is that it was nice price advance that we can see up here. This is the 30-minute chart. The moving averages are crossed over nicely. It's broken through this level here, and there's been a nice price advance. He's dropped down and he's shown a 5-minute chart to show the price waves, and there was no retrace to 38.2 through here. Then you can see price starting to pull back, and so he's put into his forum. He's shown the chart even before he's even taken the trade, so we know what he's looking at. He's looking for a 50% entry with his stop up above 76.4 and a very nice target just down here above the target potential area around here. Now, if we scroll down a little bit further, a little bit later on, Jason posts his next chart and he shows that this pullback only made it to 38.2. He's taken a photo here, and pretty much the next thing that he's done, he's actually cancelled the trade, and that shows an intense amount of discipline to do that, because obviously he wants to make a trade, he wants to win a trade. However, once this behavior has played out, well, then there is no more trade, especially for our level 3 excuse me, level 4 traders. And so I just wanted to highlight, I really like Jason's discipline here, that he's able to do that. And you can see a little comment from Vance down here, well done, I like how you manage the risk. And that's exactly what we're trying to teach our level 3 and level 4 traders who are live, exactly what to do. So Jason, yeah, 2 thumbs up for that trade, mate. Thank you very much. It was good work there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great job, Jason. That was fantastic. I like that you picked maybe just something a little off the mainstream than what people might be used to seeing too, Victor. Yeah, and by the way, Jason is getting very close to moving into live trading. So keep up the good work, Jason. And,
yeah, I can see that too, Vance. He's really doing well. So yeah, great work, Jason.
Awesome. Let me see what I was looking for here. Next. Oh, Victor, next segment. What's the question that we have for today?
Yep, today out of the emails I've received since Tuesday, I've got a little question from Gerard, who's in France. And Gerard writes, he says he's been trading Forex for 2 years now, and he honestly admits that he's been unsuccessful at that. So that is the first part of it anyway. It can only get better from here now, Gerard. So thank you for sharing that with me. Now, he says that he still can't help himself from following popular forums, as well as he's trying to follow trading mentors. So Vance, he's asking, do you have any advice on how he can break that cycle and maybe start to listen more to himself than keep sort of chopping and changing as he hears some sort of new piece of information or some new strategy that's working?
Wow, Gerard, thank you for your question. Yeah, I mean, you were in that position, right, Victor? I mean, yourself.
Yeah, too right, too right. And thanks to what I found at Forex Art of War, but I sort of found it more so within myself to really just follow what I see. And now that feeling, I wish I could bottle that feeling and give that to a whole lot of other traders who are struggling, because now I look at the charts, I know exactly what I'm looking for. It's a great feeling.
Um, Gosh, I mean, my job is to help guide people in their own development. I'm not teaching. I didn't teach Victor how to trade. What I did is found out what Victor saw, and he's swinging the baseball bat. And I'm seeing this ball fly off to right field. I'm seeing his feet are a little close to the plate. All I did was help Victor to make some adjustments. It's hard to explain to someone who doesn't know yet. But the main thing is, let me ask you a question. What are all of the factors that affect your probability of winning? Now, let me give you an example of what that question's like. That question's like me asking you, does a pair of kings beat a pair of tens on a poker table? That's the same question. And you right now, probably you don't know. I don't know. Maybe a pair of tens beats a pair of kings. That's basically your knowledge of probabilities in Forex right now. You don't know. You don't know if a pair of nines beats a pair of aces. You don't know. And I think probably if you ask 90% of the people, probably 99% of the people out there, yes, hey, what are the key factors that affect your probability of winning? They just draw a blank. And guys, I'm going to tell you, this is not your fault. This is just the culture of Forex, where you've got, I think they're well-intentioned, but you've got a lot of brokers offering training. And their business is you trading a live account. They make all their money when you trade a live account. They hardly make any money off of trading. So as a result, they don't focus much energy on what it really takes for you to learn. And so you end up with all of this excitement and thousands of people and the broker featuring this guy who did well this month, and we kind of get lost in it all. Let's go back to the basics. What affects your probability of winning? Does a pair of kings beat a pair of aces? Does a pair of kings beat a pair of tens? And how do you determine whether it's a high probability trade or not? You don't go to an indicator. I can tell you that, right? So that's the first step, is what really affects my probability of winning? And you can write this down, George. If it doesn't make sense to you, it's not going to make money. So in other words, if you don't understand what you're doing, you're not going to make money. You'll get lucky. You'll win sometimes. The other thing will happen to you. You'll lose sometimes. But if you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to make money. So I've got videos all over the place that talk over 100 videos. We don't invite people to join our program because we have this secret knowledge. We give away all of our knowledge, and the reason why is because the secret to your success is not information. The secret to your success is you swinging the bat and someone else helping you to see what you can do better. Now, you can do it on your own. You can sit out there and have a baseball machine throw the balls at you for the next 3 years. The difference between you doing it on your own and you doing it with our help is we've done this. So we know that, hey, your fib's not quite in the right spot. But, doing it by yourself, you might draw in the wrong spot for the next 6 months and not realize you're doing it. So we share our knowledge freely. We'll tell you how to do all of it. But if you want to do a little faster, definitely sign up for our class. It's very affordable. When we do open it, make it available. But the main thing is really focus on the basics. Is what I'm listening to moving me closer towards my goal or moving me further away? If it's about what affects your probability of winning, that's market conditions, that's price direction, that's stop, entry, target, and all the quality of human behavior information that contributes to making those components stronger. That's only 5 components that affect your probability of winning. Now, there are also kinds of subcomponents, but stay right there, focused on those. Does the fact that it's a young trend affect my trade at all? Absolutely. You're more likely to get opposition. You need a better price entry. Now, these are things that you learn later, but again, focus on that. And then the second major thing is you really need to train yourself to execute well. 90% of this is execution, training yourself to run into a burning building and save the damsel in distress. any time that there's risk where your emotions are heightened or where fear is being provoked, that old part of your brain, one of the questions it's always asking is, will this hurt me? And if the answer is yes, if the brain thinks the answer is yes, you get an emotional response of fear before you do anything up here consciously. And so, so it's very important that you know what affects your probability of winning, and then you coordinate a plan that you practice over and over and over and over again until you just train your brain with a new normal. Hey, this is normal to run into a burning building. As long as I have a fire suit on and as long as the flames are far enough away, you just learn how to make it work. And trust me when I say this, a lot of people feel like when they, for example, that they start a diet or they want to do a no exercise program, they actually think that they're fighting against their body. Oh, my body doesn't want to do this, or my body's feeling cravings. It's not your body, it's your mind, and you'll find out this is true over time. But here's the main thing: you need to get your body, your old brain, to trust you, and the way that you do that is through training, and that starts with knowing what you're doing in the first place. So hopefully that helps with your question, Gerard. Thank you for that. Anything else, Victor?
Yeah, Vance, I just had to. Yeah, no, I just had to mute my microphone. We're traveling at the moment in Japan, obviously, and my little girl, who's 2, yeah, she's not real happy. She has to go to bed at 10:30, so she's I don't know whether anyone's hearing it, but as I said, it is what it is. We're real traders. We're not sort of on some sort of live network, sort of paid for opinion. I just wanted to quick. Congratulations to a couple of our traders who did some things since Tuesday. Todd is finished his first level 3 trade plan, so great job there, buddies, moving from level 2 to level 3. I think Giles had an awesome second review, so he's just finished his next set of 10 trades in level 3, so I know he's doing some really, really nice work. Ted has moved from level 2 to level 3 as well, and then Trevor, who's one of our newer traders who just joined the program last week, he's already in level 2, so great work, buddy. Okay, thanks, Vance.
Oh, awesome. Thanks for bringing that up. Great job, you guys. I mean, if you just apply yourself, focus on the moment and the process and what you need to do, it all works. I don't know if I mentioned this, but next Wednesday, it's been about 4 or 5 weeks, we're going to open up a new class for members in our training program. If you'd like to know any more about that, just contact us. I'm just going to say, if you have the desire, we're not hard to find. There's a contact button, vance@forexartofwar.com. There's a forum you can post. I mean, we're easy to find. So if you're interested in learning more, find us, say, hey, I'd like to learn more. And so that's next Tuesday or Wednesday, but we'll talk more about that. We'll have another show next Tuesday, and you'll want to watch that because we're going to tell you what the market's likely to do before it happens. And trust me, if there's nothing happening, we'll tell you there's nothing happening. Right? I mean, again, we're not CNBC or Bloomberg where we got to keep talking and keeping it interesting so you'll stay to watch the commercials. So keep that in mind. Victor talked about this quite a bit during the show. We're traders, and so somebody said something about the show quality and take me off your list. This is very unprofessional. I'm like, oh, well, you should go listen to those news reporters at the financial networks instead of us traders. Anyway, hey, we enjoy ourselves, and I hope you enjoy the show. I hope you got at least one idea that helped you with your trading today. Victor, thanks for a fantastic job today, and thanks to all of you for joining us. And I'll meet up with the members. Let's see, clock. Oh, about 35 minutes. We'll see you guys as the New York Stock Exchange opens. That's all for now until next Tuesday with you guys in the public. Bye now.